Welcome. Today we are in a deserted area in some war-torn African shithole of a country. This land is completely divided by war, disease, and it has generally been abandoned. I mean, the posters of long gone corporations, governments, and the bloody bodies lying everywhere signify it. But I think that nothing really signifies a war-torn, abandoned African nation festering with mercenaries more than this strain. This strain. I mean, when Far Cry 2 first released in 2008, I bet the developers never thought that anybody would ever make a video about this strain. I mean, the strain really serves no purpose. It's just lying there in the middle of nothing. There's just desert around it. Just empty, vast desert. But now that there's a trend of liminal spaces, I thought that, hey, how quaint is this train? I mean, just look at it. It's completely gone rusted, and whatever rail line once used to exist out here in this desert is not only gone but probably forgotten. Nobody knows this exists. And this doesn't just apply to the in-game world, but also to the game as a whole. Most players will never come to this train, because there is no reason to come here. It's just sitting out here in the middle of the desert. But that is what makes it interesting. Let's take a closer look at it. I bet that if the person on the Far Cry 2 team who modeled it took a look at this video, then what pride he will feel. After 2 decades, I mean 1.5 decades, somebody bothered to take a look at this train. So right as we enter, we see that the engine train car is not enterable, but the first passenger car is. The view is quite nice. Over there we see a safe house that I have cleared of mercenaries. They're all dead. Over there was a guard outpost that I have cleared. And now let's take a look. There's a sack here filled with I don't know what. It's probably abandoned by the last few passengers. I guess that some people must have been trying to exit this country, run away from this war-torn nation, when the last train probably derailed and that was the end. Maybe they got attacked by mercenaries. I don't know. I mean, for those of you who don't know about it, this country is divided up between 2 factions. The first faction is a communist faction, and the second one is a band of right-wing foreign mercenaries, probably supported by nearby right-wing nations and the CIA. The UFLL is the communist one and the APR is the right-wing one. So let's take a look. We have a paper here, but it's unfortunately too blurred out. And then we got another newspaper here showing a landscape that I believe is a savanna landscape. And it probably shows some news which is long gone and irrelevant. The insects must have picked out the remaining paper by now. In here we got some rat traps. I don't really know why. Maybe the mercenaries that I killed on this outpost were using this train as a kind of hoard to store random things. Here we have a blanket. Maybe at night the mercenaries use this abandoned train car to smoke hashish with a fire lamp near them, I don't know. There are more documents here, which makes me think that maybe the last people to board this train were trying to run away with sensitive documents that the CIA financiers of the APR were taking with them, but then they got attacked. And here we got a more pristine looking journal. I wonder what we could read if we opened it. Maybe it was someone's diary, or maybe they were just fees or something related to payments to the APR that the CIA made. Or maybe the communists made these payments to the UFLL, who knows. And then another paper here shows what appears to be a lone mercenary standing on an open field. And here we got some kind of, maybe it's a barge, a river barge, I don't know. We got one more rat trap here, and again, the weave is phenomenal. The desert just looks so good. And then here, we got more rat traps and a little cute bulb. It's fluorescent. It indicates that the new world of technology has still penetrated into this destroyed post-apocalyptic world. This African failed state of Far Cry 2 probably does a better job of portraying the post-apocalypse than even the Fallout world. Because unlike what people like to think, post-apocalypse doesn't necessarily mean complete desertification. No. In fact, in the post-apocalypse, nature takes over, and that is the rule of Africa and the post-apocalypse really. That whatever you do, nature eventually wins. Nature always wins. Humans are fighting a losing war against nature. And the moment that humans choose to leave, nature will take over. It will engulf it, slowly and surely. Like, look at these tracks. Once upon a time, someone built them. Someone molded this iron, put the wooden tracks on it. Someone built this car, this abandoned car, but look at what has happened now. A combination of rust and the nearby trees have completely engulfed it. This is the magic of Africa and really any other post-apocalypse. The moment humans leave, it's game over. I mean, take a look at this. If I throw fire, then the fire will be spread and it will quickly engulf and destroy whatever you have. Like, look at this fire. Just magnificent. Now there's a sort of peace in seeing nature take back what is old. And nature sure does take it back, but let's return back to our train car at the moment. We need to explore the remaining part. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this completely niche train car. Look at this. In here, nature has taken over in a more tangible way. We have seen that this entire car is covered by the hot dunes of the sandy desert. And all of it is completely rusted. If we go in here, we'll find more random trash. Maybe once upon a time this random trash were posters, little metallic tools. Maybe this looks like the covering of some metal can for some food. This looks like another machine part, but now it's all gone. Now it's just iron, now it's just wood, now it's just components of nature. And the rest of this train car is in even more shambles. I mean, more than half of it is completely gone below. It's just finished. The abandoned environments of this game are really a feast for the eyes. Look at this. Again, we may feel that we are strong, that our cattle are strong, but eventually nature just takes over. Life is no match for the beauty of this harsh desert. Look at this beautiful sunset. In the cities we don't really get a chance to marvel at the sun. The great sun. The being that gives energy, power and life to everyone on this earth. But out here in this open desert, we get a chance to appreciate the power of our almighty sun. The star that powers the earth. Look how magnificent it is. It is only out here in the wild that we can understand really how insignificant we are in comparison to the earth and the sun, and how insignificant the earth is in comparison to the sun. How small the earth is, how big and majestic our sun really is. Only here, my friends, we can understand this. Look at this. This train track, some parts of it are still visible. I bet if we followed it, then maybe we can see more, but maybe we won't. Look at that. Everything is just destroyed. We see one more train car over there, but it's probably the same, so I won't explore it in detail. Let's go back to the place where I'd set fire to the savannah. Look at these bones. If this was an animal, then I am probably the last person who shall ever remark upon its existence as a living being on this earth. Everything dies two deaths. The first death is when your mortal remains die, and the second death is when someone looks at you or your remains for the last time. And since I am the last person to look at this animal, this means that this is the second death of this animal. Nobody will ever look at it or think about it again. This animal died forever today. This is the last time that someone mentioned at this animal, that someone took note that it had once lived. And that is once again the majesty of this land of Africa. Look at this, the grass is gone. It's all black now. Carbon has taken over. The old vestiges of the hydrocarbons in the life of this grass is gone. It's now pure carbon burned to ash. But don't worry, Africa has a way of healing wrongs. In just a few days or weeks, the green grass, not green, but the savanna grass will grow again. And once again, nature will show us its majesty. And that is where I end this short video. The Farcry2 train. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. And Shuki, my friend, if you are watching this, then this video was inspired by you.